Stand by.
Were you, or were you not, on a gay cruise?
Now you're 120% dick pic.
Everybody that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything else. We're walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room and you return the favor.
Got her in. Oh. Somewhere and outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop! Stop it now! I order you to stop! I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to, to fall in line with their emotions. That's not. Look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you gotta fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay. I
got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it.
What's up, savages? Terrence Pop here with another episode that actually is live from the lair. All right. This is what we got going on here. All right. If you are 50-ish, 40 to 60, and you lived in the United States, you've probably noticed a few things along the way. The girl power, all of the female teachers as you got older, the male teachers kind of just disappeared. All of the commercials on the TV where the man is dumb and the woman is smart. And don't even get me started on the mixed marriages that you see all the time. And this is an overarching plan that's taking place. And it's quite insidious because they've been doing it now for about 40 years. In the past 20 years, they really turned up the heat. And what we are seeing here is, I'm just going to be honest, it's communism. Plain and simple, delivered by the friendly neighborhood holder of the two titties. The women are going in one direction to the progressive liberal left, and the men are going to the right. And I hope the men continue to go to the right, because that's pretty much going to be the only thing that's going to save this country. Because the powers that be, they want you guys to own nothing, eat the bugs, and be happy to be your serfdom slaves, while the people at the top, the billionaires, whoever the ruling class wants to be, will literally starve you to death. How do we know this? We've seen this already play out between 1901 and 1999. Communism has failed. It failed in Russia, but before it failed, billions, I would say hundreds of millions, if not a billion people starved to death between Russia and China combined in that 100-year mark. But now we have somewhere between 6 and 8 billion people on the planet. So whatever starvation stories that you've heard or read in a history book that happened in the 1900s, it's going to be on steroids when it gets here. And we need to educate ourselves and be ready for it. Because I am not really going to eat the bugs, live in a pod, and I sure as shit I'm not going to be happy about it. All right, Battle Dwarf, let's do this.
I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off right now. Bolshevik motherfuckers. Because at the end of the day, that's really where we're at. Look, like Pop said, it's being delivered by the holder of the titties. That sounds harsh to some people, but I mean, word for word, everything Orwell wrote is coming true. He said it was the young women who were the most voracious adherents to the party, the amateur spies, the ones who really bought into the whole thing. And that's literally what we're seeing. You go to these demonstrations. Well, I don't advise that you actually go, but if you watch these demonstrations, the majority of the really loud are always invariably the women. And you'll have a core of like 40 to 60-year-old senior cat NCOs and like their cadre of freaking cadet cat ladies.
Cadet cat ladies.
It's like the fat female E7 in the S1. There was always one of those running a bunch of cadets from Mississippi State around telling them what to do. And anybody who's spent any amount of time in the military and been around cadets and the fat female S1 sergeant, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yep.
It's a disaster. It's a catastrophe.
It's a total catastrophe.
We've gone past catastrophe here. We are all the way to catastrophe. I'm afraid.
But let's just be honest here. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's a reason why the MGTOW Red Pill movement is now blowing up.
Yes.
All right. There's a reason why there are so many videos on YouTube and Rumble about these ladies who are dumbfounded because they can't find a good man. Because they have literally educated these women to hate men, and they've slowly ratcheted up the standards to the point where no man can possibly reach them.
Well, I've mentioned several times now, the 16-year-old young white males are ready to put on Hugo Boss suits. I heard it from them firsthand this past summer.
Yeah.
They're tired of it. You can't bag somebody that hard unless you've got the whip or like a concentration camp or some way to control them, if they're free range and you're bagging on them like that, they're going to revert to feral thoughts about things eventually.
Okay. I want to just bring up another red pill name that everyone seems to hate. Andrew Tate. All right. Now, I
just think the guy's a dork. That's all.
Well, hang on. I have nothing against that guy.
Yeah.
All right. I agree with about 80% of what he has to say.
Yep.
All right. But the thing is he had the balls to be masculine in front of an audience to influence a lot of the young men. And they literally tried to nuke his life. He spent 2 years in and out of house arrest and jail. And lo and behold, it was all hogwash.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I agree with some of the stuff that he did to make his money?
Not really.
No, I do not. But I used to hunt human beings, so I am in no position to criticize.
I mean,
okay?
It's fair.
It just is what it is.
To be fair, you were issued letters of marque and reprisal to do so.
Correct.
You had the state authorization for that.
But listen, we need masculinity more than ever now, because that's pretty much the only thing that's going to save us.
And women are starting to realize it too. I'm seeing more and more women going, either where is the masculinity, or why are you doing this to the masculinity? Pearl's an example. She's calling it out.
Yeah.
She's flat out calling out some of that stuff. She's like, why are you guys going to regret this? And we were talking about it before the show. A clip that's flying all over TwitX or Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it right now is the exchange between Pearl and Kasparian, where Pearl says, what are you going to do when the men stop doing those jobs, Anna? What are you going to do?
And I'm the one I wrote that. I
no
wrote
response.
That
yeah.
There's no response.
There isn't a response for it.
You can't do anything.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, men build, protect, and maintain the civilization we're in right now. And when they finally say, fuck it, it's coming down.
Yeah.
Straight up. And it's not going to be a bunch of guys like, oh, I'm just walking away. No. It's going to be violent. There's going to be all kinds of craziness. It'll be bad.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. So let's get started here with video clip 0. I ran into this and I'm like, oh, this is obviously going to be a show.
Well, first of all, she's got a 6 head.
She does have a 6 head. She looks like my friend Jim's mom from 4th grade. She's a dead ringer for my friend Jimmy's mom.
4th grade mom. Yeah.
Yes, she has 4th grade mom head. And hair. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. It's about 3 minutes long, but it is worth listening to.
But if you want to put it in a single sentence, you could say that feminization equals wokeness. Everything you think of as wokeness is simply an epiphenomenon of demographic feminization. Think about all the things that wokeness means. Valuing empathy over rationality, safety over risk, conformity and cohesion over competition and hierarchy. All of these things are privileging the feminine over the masculine. So if you have ever wondered why wokeness appeared out of nowhere when it did, that is my hypothesis, that all of the institutions that began admitting women in the 1970s eventually got enough women that they were able to reorient them. For example, women are consistently less supportive of free speech than men in surveys asking which is more important, protecting free speech or preserving an inclusive society. Approximately 2/3 of men say free speech, and approximately 2/3 of women say inclusive society. In moral reasoning, the traditional way of phrasing the difference between men and women is to say that women have an ethics of caring and men have an ethics of justice. In making a moral judgment, men will ask, what are the rules and what are the facts? Women tend to be more interested in context and relationships.
Okay, I'm going to pause it.
Apply that to wokeness.
All right. Stop there. I'm going to stop it right there really quick. I am going to do this. I'm going to make you guys fucking miserable. We are going to have a show that is going to be a class on Plato and Aristotle, and it is important because they put into a framework what she's saying right here.
So
Okay, it's a separate piece, but it's very important to learn what the fuck she's talking about.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
This has happened in the past before, i.e. the Roman Empire.
Weimar.
Yeah, this has happened before.
Yes.
And it's going to happen again.
Yes. There is, me with my ancient history again, Polybius writes about one of the queens of Libya going through this here. She takes over for the king when he dies, and this happens.
Yep.
When James Damore wrote his famous, or I should say notorious memo for Google, arguing that female underrepresentation in the hard sciences might not be the result of bias and prejudice, no one even attempted to argue that he was wrong on the facts. The reason that he was fired was because the things he had written might make his female coworkers feel bad. Or consider the Kavanaugh hearings. The masculine position
Listen to this.
was to say that maybe something bad happened to you, but if you do not have evidence, then we can't allow you to ruin a man's life and career over it.
Mm-hmm.
The feminine position was to say, how can you talk about rules of evidence? Can't you see she's crying?
That's
Dead on.
dead the fuck nuts on. That's 95% of the arguments that I hear come from freaking females when it comes to situations like that. Look at her. Can't you see she's hurt?
Yeah, but this,
Okay, show me evidence and I'll believe you.
Yeah,
Pop and I both have multiple times said the most abhorrent crime we can think of is rape.
yeah. But show me the evidence.
Yes. Show me the evidence and I'll hang the motherfucker myself. Straight up.
Now, to be clear, many women were revolted by the way the Kavanaugh hearings played out. In fact, the very best book on the Kavanaugh hearings was written by two women, Molly Hemingway and Carrie Severino. But a political system in which men predominate will tend to operate according to rules of facts and objectivity, and one in which women predominate will tend to operate by the rules of emotions and subjective facts, even if there are individual men and women
Stop
who
it right
fall
there.
on the opposite side of those camps.
Pause it.
That's the end of it.
Well, that's why we have all the
It's the end
trans
of the clip.
craziness. That's why we have gay marriage.
Yep.
All of the crazy shit that's taking place right now, you can drag it right back to the feet of the feminists, the cult of the cunt. Because, like she said, it's all about inclusivity and
Yes.
feelings. And men are like, I need to see the math, so it maths. I need to see the facts, so we can use reason and logic to solve this problem.
Yep.
Women don't do that because they want the kumbaya moment. They literally envision communism as the ultimate kumbaya moment where everyone lives in peace.
Yes.
And everyone helps each other out. And, oh, well, he made this much, so we'll take a little from him and give it to this person who did. That's not how human nature works.
No.
We are evil, hairless monkeys.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that is a recipe for goddamn disaster.
Yes.
You need to have masculine men in the civilization who will raise their hand and go, wait a minute. Okay, wait. Well, I worked 60 hours this week, and you're going to take 20 hours of my money that I worked for and give it to somebody that I don't even fucking know. No, fuck that. Then you have everyone like cutting productivity, doing the bare minimum. Because if you do more, they just take it away. It's human nature.
You have to have justice and order and structure if you want a society.
Correct.
You must have those three things. Is it always pleasant? No, it is not. But you must have them. There's a lot of chatter about me bringing up Aristotle and Plato. Like I said, we'll do a whole different show on that. But the reason that I want to do a show on is I spent a year and a half just reading Plato's Republic because that's what it requires to fully understand the damn book, as I learned much to my dismay. Aristotle, similar. What I have done is take the time that I'll be able to word it in such a way that you're not reading ancient Greek, and it will be palatable. So
yep.
we will come to that show. That will happen. But those are the keys. Those are the underpinnings. Those are a couple of other authors for the kind of society that we need. And all of these things used to be taught in our schools up until the late 1960s. And fortunately, in my case, I got some of it up into the early 1980s. I was exposed to a lot of it, which caused me to become interested in it. And then it was gone. Then it was completely gone. But as that woman said, now you've got all of the teachers, everything's been feminized. And this is what happens. This is what you get.
So, new national trend among leftists who want you to think that ICE are the Nazis, pulling children as young as kindergarten out of school to force them to march in political protests in the street. Teachers in San Francisco pulled elementary school students as young as 5 out of class and marched them through the city holding anti-ICE signs. Kids in Atlanta used the opportunity to trash their school field and break laptops at a school that is only 15% proficient at math. At another school in Oakland.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
15% proficiency.
California, students stood at an intersection yelling F Donald Trump while holding misspelled signs upside down. Students from a Georgia high school almost got hit by a car while protesting in the street. These are children whose parents sent them to school to learn. They're not politically active. They just want an opportunity to get out of class. Some of them are too young to understand what they're being pulled out of class for. So if you're still wondering whether the communists think they own your children, they do.
Yep. Yeah, listen, there needs to be a huge backlash over that.
Yeah, it's way, way, way the fuck out of control. Everything that she said there, the schools, there's no math, there's no reading comprehension, there's clearly no discipline, there's no understanding. What part of the idea of public schools when they started in America was to teach children about society as well, about their society. We used to have civics. We used to have home ec. We used to have pep rallies. We used to have charity events in the schools where we learned to contribute to our society. We learned why we were contributing to our society and so on and so forth. This whole feminization of the education system has completely gotten rid of that in favor of safety and inclusivity. But
here's another thing.
Yep.
Okay. We're seeing the results of all of these kids being raised by single mothers. And then you literally take them from the single mother home, hand them off to female teachers. Nobody's putting any discipline or structure in these kids' lives. So it's no wonder they're not reading and they're not doing math. And they're smashing their equipment. So there you go.
So the really bad part of this particular thing here is a lot of people aren't seeing this coming. I saw it coming. I've been talking about the Four Olds program from Mao and China's Red Guard from the early 50s and mid 1960s. I've been talking about this for 10 fucking years. I've been trying to tell people. I could pull up a bunch of old videos. I'm not going to right now because that's a rabbit hole we don't need to go down. Did I tell you about that time in Korea when I was... Anyway, why are they making the children march in the streets? Wait, don't bother to answer that. I'll just fucking show you.
Yep. There they are.
When you're taking kindergartners to protest in the street, you're not using them as shields anymore. What you're doing is raising them up to be the next Red Guard. What I think has happened is our friendly neighborhood Bolsheviks failed with this batch of Americans. They weren't as far along as they thought they were. Yes, I slid that in there.
Well, okay, hang on. This is just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
The reason it's not working is because this is America. Mm-hmm. All right. We've always been self-sufficient. Fuck you. Fuck authority.
Yes.
We're not playing those games.
Yes.
All right. And let's just be honest. Young men are very, very rebellious.
In America, this is a new phenomenon. If you want to understand where this root comes from, you have to read Alexander de Tocqueville's Democracy in America. He describes what's going on. We've got a culture where these... Apparently, I need to turn my microphone down. I appear to be screaming into the microphone. Where Americans don't take shit, like you just said.
Yeah.
But it's rooted back to our very beginnings. But with the kids being dragged out into the streets now to do these protests as kindergartners and such, this is serious. And I want you to look at this photo and tell me what you see.
A bunch of brainwashed people.
Look closer.
Well, the young women in the front.
It's girls.
Yeah. Well, not in the background. There's men back there too, but
there are in the background, but the red guards being portrayed, and it's not by accident. Mao understood the propaganda value of this.
So what you're saying is women are easily pliable? No.
Here it is.
No. Say it isn't so.
This is China, 1966. This was the Red Guard movement. These kids would take their teachers out into the street, humiliate them, strip them, hang signs around their necks, and then kill them.
Yep.
And these are school kids, like teenage school kids were doing this. This is why they're taking the kindergartners and putting them in the streets right now. They figured out that America is not quite ready for full-on Trotsky and Mao.
Yeah, listen, and
so they're conditioning the children.
I'm going to be honest. If I had a kid that was like in grade school, like say third grade,
yeah,
right, I drop them off at the school.
Mm-hmm.
I go to work.
Yeah,
and I find out that without my permission, my kid was taken out of that school and taken to one of these fucking parade rally things.
You're done. You're done.
I would fucking start suing those sons of bitches.
Yeah, you're done.
That is fucking unacceptable.
Yeah. Yep.
Unacceptable. And listen, you can easily get on the school board, run for office, get on the school board locally and fire these fucking teachers.
Yeah.
Just say, you know what? Fuck you. I didn't approve of this. You're gone. I don't care about your tenure. I don't care about your seniority. Go fucking teach your shit somewhere else, but you're not doing it here.
Yeah, I'm actually going to grab this one here, put this one up front first, because on the other hand, while they're taking the children out into the streets to march, order, discipline, regulation, and structure, you have to have those things in a society.
Yep.
This is what is teaching our children. Listen to this. She's right, but listen to her.
I think that you guys don't know what's going on in education right now. That's fine. Like, how could you know unless you were working in it? But I think you need to know. So here's exactly what it's like right now working in public education. First of all, the kids have no ability to be bored whatsoever. They live on their phones and they're just fed a constant stream of dopamine from the minute their eyes wake up in the morning until they go to sleep at night.
Stop.
Yeah.
What is this woman? She's a teacher. What is she, though? She's meek and she's helpless and she cannot command respect. When I was in school, Mr. Ogle, who was an ex-Marine, was our civics teacher. If you crossed the line in class, he would simply walk around the classroom, work his way over to where you were being a little asshole, and smack you in the back of the fucking head without stopping his lecture at all. You just go, get popped.
Yeah.
Or Mr. McElrath, same kind of stuff. We have 4, 5, 6 male teachers like that.
I used to be grabbed by the arm and walked out into the hallway where I'd be harshly talked to.
Yes, you get it get explained, have things explained to you.
Okay,
yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, I had that happen once or twice myself. Yeah. Not that I was a little asshole at all.
I was a fucking raging asshole. I went to the principal's office at least twice a week. I was a dick.
But the kids don't respect this. They don't respect this at all. And then you create the other situation where they're taking out in the street and marching them.
They would respect the teachers more if there was mother and father at home. And
also that, yes.
Because guess what? A lot of times, I walked away from a lot of things I could have gotten serious trouble for because I was afraid to get hit with a meat tenderizer when I got home by my mom because she would drop the hammer on me.
I had extended family punishment stuff. Like grandma was the one who raised me the most, one of my grandmothers. She'd smack me. And then my dad would get home from work and find out he'd smack me.
Yeah.
And then my mom would come home from my aunt's house, but with my aunt. And they both smack me. It was like,
Yeah, you got the cross-eyed beatdown.
yeah, exactly. But I had family and parents around and grandparents to do that stuff. But no student
Because they're in a
is going to
constant
be
state of
intimidated by
dopamine
this.
withdrawal at school, they behave like addicts. They're super emotional, like the smallest thing sets them off. And when you are standing in front of them trying to teach, they're vacant. They have no ability to tune in if your communication isn't packaged in short little clips or if it doesn't have like bright flashing lights.
No, you lack the ability to command their respect. Period. Pop, you and I both I had the first beginnings of it in 2005, the kids that were raised on video games and shit like that. But you were in long enough to see some of that. As long as you exerted your authority, did they pay attention to you?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I got a lot of the young guys that would come in when I was, working civil affairs.
Yeah.
And I would give orders, and if they blew me off, I would crush them.
Adjust their attitudes?
Yeah, I'd crush them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have them holding duffel bags over their head, a rucksack in each arm.
Yeah.
Doing jumping jacks. I didn't fucking put up with that shit at all.
Absolutely. Let's go for a little flak and mask run.
Nice. But
I only had to do that one time. Word got around.
I think this is just my opinion, but you shouldn't allow these kids to have their phones in school. No, you should not. You absolutely should not. She's describing, apparently in her environment, they don't have their phones in class with them. Okay, in the environment she's describing, but she still can't hold their attention. But that doesn't have anything to do, well, it doesn't have a lot to do with the whole phones thing. It has to do with the fact that you've got teachers like this that doesn't command respect. Yeah.
Children require that discipline. They require somebody who can command their respect. This is how it is.
Male children, yes.
Particularly male children.
The female, students, that's why the schools are geared towards them, because they learn in that, environment where men don't.
But they're not learning anything.
No, they're not.
They're not learning anything. So let's break the schools down a little bit and have a look at what's really going on. Let's see if I can boop that up a bit. There we go. Boop. Most K-12 public school teachers are women to the tune of 77%. Okay. And many of the newer teachers, because there's the whole focus on young is good and old is bad. You're getting the blue hairs right out of school that have never taught anything in their lives. They've got like 3 weeks of teaching experience because they did a summer as an internship, going right into teaching these kids. You don't have any of the seasoned older teachers. Mrs. Holden, one of my teachers in, I think, 3rd grade, just radiated I am a teacher. And you just respected it. Again, with the respecting, but she was an older, I was what?
Now, out of
8,
curiosity,
7?
I'm just wondering what the percentage of female teachers there were in the 70s compared to today. I know we probably can't answer that today, but maybe somebody in the audience can do that research and put it in the chat.
Let me see if I can pull that up.
Because if it's the same, if it's similar that in the 70s that it is today, then it's got to be another problem than just having the women there. I don't think you'll be able to find that.
Hang on. You'd be surprised. Let's give it a second. But I mean, clearly this number is so badly skewed. It shouldn't be that.
Well, here's another thing too, is, in college, you're having men refusing to go to college now because it's just such a waste of time and money.
Okay. I don't think these results are accurate. It's trying to tell me that these percentages were 60 to 70%. I don't remember that being accurate in the 70s. Most of the like an English teacher, or an art teacher would be female.
Mm-hmm.
But
I remember in high
the
school,
hard science and math teachers were all guys.
Well, I had one math teacher that was a woman. All the rest were dudes.
I had one math teacher who was a woman my senior year, and that was it. The rest of them were all guys. All of the science teachers were male. Half of my elementary school teachers were male.
Okay.
So I think that is I think we're being gaslighted by technology here.
All right. Well,
because I don't remember that being
more depth later.
Yeah, we're going to have to look into that one a little more. That smells off to me.
Well, but think about the perfect storm we have going on here. All right.
Yeah.
Everyone has one of these. They all suffer from scoliosis because I see everyone doing this all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you got to get your dopamine hits from
scoliosis.
This,
right? Yeah.
Okay. Then you have the single mother, epidemic.
Yep.
All of the female liberal teachers now that are really just preaching communism. They're not really teaching. And I mean, we have kids getting out of high school who can't read and write, which is a shame.
At all. I've said this before. We were getting associate attorneys from schools like Brown and Stanford that couldn't write a sentence.
Yeah.
At one of the firms I was at.
I mean, this is serious business. And I think this was done on purpose.
Absolutely. It is absolutely done on purpose. It's done to create the proletariat class that they need to implement Bolshevism.
Drink. Yeah, you're right.
I thought I wasn't going to say that much tonight. Turns out I am.
But then you had Trump, they shut down the Department of Education because all they did was take money and there was no results.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of chatter in the comments that this echoing the same things we're talking about, where all the hard science teachers were males.
Yeah.
And like the English and arts teachers were females. But yeah. So let's see what else we got over here. We've got I'm sorry. I just feel like these numbers are obviously a fucking problem. Okay. Whoa. Teacher diversity is highest in preschool and in kindergarten. They're worried that there are too many white teachers in a country that was majority white until just very, very, very recently.
That's another thing that needs to be corrected.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about time that, the people who are Caucasian take some pride in being Caucasian.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm done with that. Yeah, I don't allow any of that behavior around me.
Yep.
But then you go down here and
look.
It's just, and these are, this is USA Facts. The other one was a Pew report. This one here, teacher demographics. Now, in elementary schools in particular, 89% are female.
And when I was in grade school, 2 of my teachers were men.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 2/3, I guess, were female, 1/3 male.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's only in secondary school where the guys start to catch up at all. But it's just, it's one after another. And I hate to say it, but it's right there. And the results, we're seeing the results. We got poor grades. We've got no math skills. We've got no writing skills. They can't write at all anymore. Most of these kids, there are schools now where there is no paper.
Wow. Holy shit.
You just get a Chromebook. They literally cannot write.
That is just fucked up right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a recipe for disaster too. Because that's one of the keys to every great society that ever existed.
Yeah. It's a disaster souffle is what you're saying.
It is a disaster souffle. And then I saw a goofy clip today. It was actually a clip of freaking Jeffrey Epstein, talking about, Aristotle and all those other great thinkers. None of them actually wrote, except we have all of their writings. So there's that.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, he was trying to argue that writing forces linear thinking and doesn't allow you to expand your brain.
Yeah, whatever.
Uh-huh. Sure. That's how writing works.
Lazy!
Yeah. So this piece here is a guy talking about how feminism is cancer. You pointed out that feminism
is the AIDS of cancer.
Basically the AIDS of cancer. Yeah. But this is a worthwhile little list.
Hang on, let's call it what it really is. Cult of the cunt.
Sorry, it's true.
How does feminism kill a nation? Political analyst Helen Andrews assigns a collapse to the great feminization, essentially the systematic importing of women and their feminine traits into historically masculine institutions. As we know, institutions are just groups of...
Wait a minute. Now it's being echoed.
Uh-huh.
Now it's being echoed.
Well, they destroyed.
When those groups are dominated by women, those institutions begin to function according to feminine impulses. Let me just give you a few examples. Law schools went majority female in 2016. Medical schools followed in 2019. University faculty became majority female by 2023.
Here's the problem.
54% of the Associated Press is now female. College graduates are now 60% women. HR departments across Fortune 500 companies are 75 to 85% female. Psychology majors, 80% female. Public school teachers, 77% female. Many of the culturally shaping institutions in America are now dominated by women. Andrews notes, institutions run by large numbers of women shift the culture from confrontation to consensus, from competition to accommodation, from principle to sentiment. Now, this isn't an insult. This is just biology. Women rank significantly higher in agreeableness, and empathy, and conflict avoidance compared to men. So what happens when feminine traits dominate fields that require ruthless consistency and raw truth, like law or governance or politics or military or police or academia or theology? Well, you get a nation governed by feelings, not convictions. Journalist Helen Andrews
Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on.
Did you fuck up?
Yeah, I fucked up. I accidentally clicked inside the timeline.
You fucked up.
Yeah, I fucked up.
There you go.
Okay, I wanted to stop it right there. It's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
Because he's dead nuts on. Again, structure, justice, and regulation, these are male-centered traits. The sentimental stuff, that's a very female trait because females are the nurturing end of the species. Before everybody out there who's going to get cranky at us, and they're going to get cranky at us anyway, I don't care. But males and females are complementary things.
No, hang on. But here's the thing that they're doing, though. Is they're literally corrupting the young men out there to be more feminine.
Yes.
So they're easily more malleable.
Yeah.
We don't want that. I don't want that.
No, they're not meant to be in charge, not at the societal level. In a household, okay, you take care of the kids and doing all of that stuff. That's really seriously important work. But you need the male influence in there for the structure and the justice. It is. It just is what it is. Thousands and thousands of years of biology says so. Sorry.
Yep.
Women rank significantly higher in agreeableness and empathy and conflict avoidance compared to men. So what happens when feminine traits dominate fields that require ruthless consistency and raw truth, like law or governance or politics or military or police or academia or theology? Well, you get a nation governed by feelings, not convictions. You get emotional management, not moral clarity. The priorities of masculine resolve and advancement shift toward bureaucracy and meetings, and everybody is constantly concerned, and HR swells. Disagreements, are essentially rebranded as aggression. Tolerance becomes a virtue, and success becomes secondary to managing people's feelings. G.K. Chesterton once said, civilizations crumble when they forget obvious truths. That is, biblically and historically, none of this should surprise us. Men are designed by God to rule, build, and protect. Women are designed to nurture, support, and stabilize households. So the rise of feminism is directly correlated with the decline of American strength. Now, if I had to sum up this whole thing in one sentence, it would be this: a nation cannot survive when it denies nature.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. That's basically it in a fucking
Holy
nutshell.
shit.
It's dead nuts on. That's a great 3-minute speech right there. The
It's
woman
not
he
bad.
was quoting is the one we listened to at the beginning of the show. But this guy picked up on that and went, she's right.
Yep.
She's right. You know, I've said 1,000 times I was pretty much raised by my grandmothers, but it was done in this context, exactly what this guy is talking about here, because grandpa doled out the harsh end of shit and taught you things that you needed to know and had your ass out in the yard working, you know,
Yeah.
doing shit.
Mhm.
Because that's the way that it's supposed to be. There's nothing wrong with the way things are supposed to be.
Like, I remember hanging out at my grandparents' house in the summer.
Yeah.
And it was very common for me to fight some of the neighbor kids.
Oh, yeah.
What I did.
I had my cousins. We fought all
And
the
my
time.
grandmother and my aunt were always like super flustered and all. And then my grandfather would come home and they'd be like, he was fighting. And my grandfather would be like, oh, is he okay? Yeah, okay. And it was like it was a non-issue for him.
Right. Yeah.
He
I
just
showed
be
up-
like, he'd literally be like, hey man, don't fight so much.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. All right. Like it was not a big deal.
Mm-mm.
That's the way it used to be. I mean, because listen, remember the thing, boys will be boys? It's
Yeah.
totally fucking true.
I came home with a black eye when I was 12 years old. My mom fucking lost her mind. My dad looks at me, checks out my eye. My dad was a boxer in the army when he was 19 years old. Looks at my eye, goes, "You give as good as you got." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, stop fighting." Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the discussion. And I heard him later on telling my mom, "Leave it alone. It's fine. They're boys. They do that."
Yeah, they fight. I mean,
And I mean, from the time I was 5 or 6, I was fighting with my cousins and got my ass beat a lot. That's where I learned to fight.
yeah. And it's important. Listen,
It is.
it's important for young men to be exposed to masculine men.
Yeah.
All right. They need to have that example to follow. And when young boys don't get that, they go and get it in the streets by joining gangs and doing all kinds of fucked up
Yes.
shit.
That
And then
is
they
correct.
become super violent.
And super predators.
Yes. So, I mean, and
they do
again,
all that.
we are just complicated animals.
Evil hairless monkeys.
Evil hairless monkeys.
Evil hairless monkeys, man. So this is a chart of how our schools are doing. The light blue is those areas that are significantly lagging behind. The blue areas, the medium blue one here, this blue over here. Oh, you can't see my thing. Like Wisconsin, Michigan, these are not significantly different than the general public, which I know to be a lie because Michigan's in a shit state right now in all of its cities.
Uh-huh.
As are Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia. I know their schools are miserable. We have schools here in Detroit where no children are graduating with the ability to read or write.
Correct.
And do anything beyond the most basic math. And the schools that are thriving, Utah, Wyoming, North Dakota, I doubt Minnesota. These are probably skewed for the data from all of the rural areas. I'll bet you the inner city areas like Miami in Florida, for example, I'll bet you that's hosed to fuck.
Yeah.
Whereas where my nephews are, they live in Boca. Okay. Daddy drives a Maserati. Okay. Their schooling is good. I know this for a fact. But you can see the light blue areas are significantly under, and it's bad. That's a huge area.
Look, and listen, California is terrible.
Yeah, California is basically a third world country now.
Yeah.
It's really terrible. California is basically a third world. It's sad because I got to see California in stages. I went through there when I was 17. I went to visit my brother out in Pasadena and spent the summer working on a roofing crew with the construction company he worked for. And LA and Pasadena in 1987 that was peak of hair metal and punk rock and all of that shit.
I
was
saw
awesome.
When I was in Fort Lewis, I spent lots of time with friends all over the West Coast, all through Oregon.
It was awesome.
It was good. It was great.
Yeah. And then
it's an absolute shithole now.
95, I was stationed in Monterey. And again, I went down to LA a couple of times, and it was still pretty good. I got out in 2005, went to LA, and it was starting to flag. By the time I left in 2008, end of 2008, you could see the rot setting in, like badly, like really badly. It went from in 95, when I would go down there, it was really nice still, to 2008, whole areas were basically slum towns that used to be nice, affluent neighborhoods. Man, it was shocking, the rot. And now in 2026, I mean, we've seen what's going on there. It's
totally royally fucked now.
Yeah, it's just absolutely brutal. Let's go to the nation's progress in schools, and this is all related to the feminization of everything. When everything is about emotion, nothing is about structure or discipline. You can't have the two together. You can't have them together. Not when you're trying to teach. I don't care about your feelings. How many times did you and I hear this in different schools? We don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to die. Yeah. You're there to learn something.
Stones. Yeah. Drive on.
Yeah. Nation's report card shows a decline in reading, some progress in fourth grade math. U.S. students not back to pre-pandemic achievement. Okay, the pandemic thing did cause a lot of damage in continuity of education. That is getting from third grade to fourth grade because there was a year of lockdowns.
Yep.
Okay, but this was already in place. Again, 2007, I'm seeing young attorneys from top schools who can't write. In 2024, average reading scores in the nation's report card declined by 2 points for both fourth and eighth grade students compared to 2022. I'm going to tell you right now that the reading ability of most people coming out of high school right now is what was a third or fourth grade level for you and me.
Wow.
Okay, straight up.
Yeah, listen, my reading was never really good until I discovered Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes,
and that fixed me.
D&D was my history gateway.
Yep.
You have Dungeons and Dragons to thank for all of my stupid history references. That's where 98% of that comes from.
Yeah,
because I would read history to make my D&D games better.
Yeah, because in eighth grade, I was reading at a third grade level.
Yeah,
and by the time I started high school, I was reading at a 12th grade level because I had read every fucking book, every manual, every magazine.
Yes.
And then I was expanding into other games.
It's a practiced skill.
Yeah.
It's a practiced skill. Now, one of the other problems with the whole feminization of the education system and the lack of discipline and structure is it allows shit like this to start seeping in. This is real. Okay? This machine kills fascists, first of all. She stays right up front. This is the Virginia education. This is the Virginia University conglomerate, more or less. It's a meeting of all of the universities of Virginia.
And the moment that you grab the gun, like my mom says, you're no longer oppressed. You're now free. How do we teach that in the class? Just to say that in the class, my students' heads explode, right? To tell them about violence, as a revolutionary tool, as sometimes a revolutionary essential.
We actually need to crash the U.S. settler state, which has incredible reverberations and literally strangles the tentacles that are reaching into the Israeli state.
So we must stand with the armed resistance and work right now to end this impunity by disrupting the flow of weapons to Zionists. Because trust, the armed resistance will defeat Zionism if it was an open battlefield.
Yeah, I've been humbled since October 7th, particularly being in community with.
Now, wait, what do you see in this picture?
Well,
we all know what we see. We don't have to talk about it. We all know what we see here.
folks. Particularly when you're someone who has been doing this work. Why stop?
That woman is
This is a
ugly.
profound moment for us, right? And we need to dig in and go harder.
I think putting our bodies on the line sometimes to protect those who are more vulnerable, right? To eat tear gas when we should be doing
I'd
that.
stop it right there.
And not
Yeah.
All right.
Do you see
These
what's going
people
on
have
here?
no idea what they're talking about. Okay. I mean, just hearing this dribble.
Yep.
That dude talking right there, I would fucking eat his fucking lunch. All of these fucking, higher ups, they're talking all this mad trash.
Yeah.
All right. And they're like, we need to fight. We need to resist.
Yes.
Listen, man, I have been to war zones.
Mhm.
All right. I have traveled the world. I have seen Civil War, the after effects of Civil War, the after effects of just standard fucking war and rebellions and all of that shit. These people have no idea what they're calling down on them. All right. Because
They've no idea at
if
all.
this gets really bad, they're going to have to face men like me.
This is a product of the soft universities created by the feminization. Because Marxism, we discussed this at the beginning of the show. We're going to have to do a whole show on Marxism, socialism, communism, apparently, so that everybody knows what it all means. Marxism is not communism, is not socialism. They're three different things. They just happen to be similar. Marxism is what you're looking at here, is the ideology of the weak and entitled. They really believe that they can do all of these things because they've spent their lives in such soft comfort that they've never experienced any real suffering. The reality is, and I'm not even kidding you, anybody with any decent amount of fighting ability could break that guy's jaw with a slap.
Well, here's the thing, okay? Now, I'm too old to actually get involved in do any of the two-way rifle range stuff.
I got one slap left in me, though.
But I could forge 1,000 men just like me.
Yep.
And in the environment that they're asking for, men like me are a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Because we make more of us, and now you've got yourself a real problem.
No, I did it all the time in the Army. That was my thing. I got young guys right out of basic. They show up at my unit. I'd have to and then fucking put the polish on them. Within a year, they're completely different fucking soldiers.
Yes. Our MOS was so long, 23 months, that when we got out, they had all of that time to polish us.
Yeah.
And they did. We had drill sergeants for 23 months. Most people have a drill sergeant for basic training is 10 weeks plus another 5 to 8 weeks.
3 months and change is what I had mine.
3 months and change. I had drill sergeants for 23 months, and they spent the time. Let me tell you. So when we get out, we're already ready to be not just specialists, E4s, but we're ready to be corporals. We're ready to be young sergeants because we've spent the time getting our asses handed to us for 23 months. Now, you give me a bunch of young guys and I start doing what I spent all of that time having been subjected to, and I can crank out more of them just like you can. More so in your case, because that is literally the job of the Green Beret, is force multiplier.
Yep. And listen, if this gets bad, like guys like me, I mean, I know I'm disabled and I'm all fucked up from, serving.
Yeah.
But they could listen, the Army will waiver people back from the dead.
Yep.
People get promoted after they're dead because they get wavered.
Yes.
If it got really bad, they'd call me up like, oh yeah, Sergeant Pop, I got some bad news. You need to put your shit in storage. You can have orders in your mailbox in about a week. Shit's going to go down, so get ready. And I'd be like, I'd bitch, moan, and complain, but I would show up. I'd be like, all right, whatever. Fuck!
Yep. There's a couple of classes that I'd have to catch up on technology, but the core elements of it, there's a couple of classes you could send me to Huachuca right now and I could teach.
Yeah.
To this day, because I did it so much.
But here's the thing, though, is you have these people, like in that video he just showed us, right? They're like, oh, yeah, we need to do all this. We need to do all that. We need to resist. And la, la, la. They're out of their fucking element. They really are. And all they're really doing is they're poisoning this country against itself.
These guys, in particular guys like this, they have a cartoon video game version of what it really means to go to war. You see this in, they stick to the streets. They stick to street demonstrations. They'll do it during the day and they'll do it during the night. Yes, they will. But they stick to the streets. Now, if it comes down to it, where guys like us get turned on them, if somebody comes and flips our switch on, and I'm doing Pop's intelligence and Pop's running teams out there, okay, these guys are going to get knocks at 0 dark 30. They're going to get bags slapped over their heads. Their neighbors are going to wonder why the fuck they disappeared.
They're going to go to the Spank Me camp.
They're going to, or they're just going to not be anymore. They'll just cease to have ever existed. Well, these guys don't understand. We don't go out into the street in phalanxes and go toe to toe with you with batons. We're going to come for you at night. We're going to come for you when you wake up in the morning and you're taking a piss in the backyard with your dog.
Yep.
We're going to pop you in the head while you're doing your fucking dishes.
But
we're not going to fight fair.
Yeah, we're not. Well, here's the thing too. Is I mean, this just absolutely it just infuriates me to the point where I just want to drink beer and yell in their fucking faces. Now, one of the main reasons I haven't really gone to any of these demonstrations to film or what have you is I'm not wired for that. I will get myself in a whole bunch of trouble, so I just stay away. Like Blake and I went down to the Lansing, the Michigan capital, during the lockdown because there was a big hoodoo.
I went to one of those. I was one of those.
And people were getting worked up, and I could feel myself getting worked up, and it got to the point where I'm like, Blake, we need to leave.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't be here.
This is not going to get well. I'm not going to handle this.
Let's take this down the road a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that exact feeling. I'm far enough away now that I can't really get to any of that stuff anymore unless I make an effort, and I just don't care to make the effort. But let's listen to these fruitcakes for a couple seconds more, and then we'll move along.
All right,
students. I think that's essential.
So we have to struggle to crash things here. And my students were very, very clear about this. We have to struggle for Indigenous sovereignty right here on Turtle Island. Like there's no way around it. And there's no looking past it at this particular moment.
When that comes time to the university saying, retract that or get fired, I'm confident in myself that I will make that right decision. That is the point of being a guerrilla scholar.
I'm sure that you've been snitched on to the administration about the content in your courses. That has been something that has happened for me. And I don't know what our administration is going to do, right? I know the work that I have been doing. I know the work that I've committed myself to, and I'm going to continue to do the work, right?
People missed out on the significance of what Hezbollah represented, right? Of what the Iranian Revolution represented. And they just fell into the imperialist ideological.
Wait, look behind him.
I see it. Lenin.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Mao.
Yep. Yeah, that's freaking.
Yeah, we don't have to see.
I'm done with these fruitcakes. But these morons are the reason that I showed this. Is these morons are a product of softened education that has been feminized. They don't have any structure. They don't have any sense of suffering. They don't have any sense of discipline. And by suffering, I don't mean getting your ass beat or anything like that. I mean, the tests were hard and you had to try to pass the course. At that level in education, I'm okay with suffering being this course is really hard and I have to try. Because it builds character. That's how you build. When I was a kid, suffering was working with dad all summer to build the gardens. To build the terraces for the gardens. And all I was doing was pushing a wheelbarrow back and forth for him. But still, to me, that was suffering. But it built character.
Yeah.
Suffering has it's contextual.
I remember my mom would say that all the time. I'd be doing shit like this builds character.
Yep.
And I remember, doing some crazy long movements in the Army. Look over at my buddy and go, That's not so bad.
It just builds character.
We're building character.
We're building exactly. My first
Fuck you, Pop.
My first phone call when I got out was to my dad. And I said, thank you. He's like, for what? I'm like, you taught me hard work. Basic training for me was just basically not being able to go to Burger King when I wanted to.
Yeah.
The rest of it was fucking easy.
Yeah.
Because you taught me hard work and to shut my mouth and just fucking do it.
Let's get through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
The next one is, speaking of suffering and hard work, civics is something that everybody should know about, and nobody does it anymore. And civics is hard because it requires discipline.
If you went back to the 1950s, you would find that American schools held classes in civics. And they taught the Constitution, where your rights come from, about checks and balances, how laws are made, and even how to read legal documents. And the focus was on system literacy or government literacy. But in the 1960s,
structure, regulation, and justice, right there.
60s, under Lyndon B. Johnson, there were reforms to the schooling system. And they replaced a focus on civics with a focus on social studies, social injustice, inequality, and protest movements.
Okay, that didn't start for us until 1984.
I didn't have that.
I had civics.
No, I had civics and I had government.
Yep, civics and government in 1983 and 1984. I had civics and government, but in 1985 they did start with the social studies stuff. I remember.
Yeah, I had Mr. Parna and Mr. Matson.
I remember Mr. Parna.
Yeah. And
things like poverty, racism, war, gender issues, environmentalism, whereas schools had previously focused on the structure of government. So before the 1960s, civics was structured as a 3-class sequence.
Yep, there it is.
Civics and citizenship, as well as local governance, government and the Constitution, and history, the Federalist and the Anti-Federalist arguments. But
now we had to do a mock court. Did you guys?
Yeah, we did that
court?
too.
Yeah. Where you had to apply everything you learned at the end of the year. You had to do a mock court where you applied everything that you learned in each of these courses.
But post-1960, civics got absorbed by social studies. And while government structure is still covered, it is not the same. Instead, public schools are turning children into activists, literally pulling them out of school to protest, producing young people who are emotional, easily led by media narratives, who not only don't know their rights, but know little to nothing about the structure of government. And what we need is a return to civics, how government is structured, the different levels of the court system, and how to use that system to your advantage. Understand the legal tools that are available to us as citizens. And now we're taking this to the next level as I've partnered with State Nationals Rock. And these guys are absolute legends because they...
Okay, I'm going to stop it right here because I know State Nationals Rock. I know who these guys are. It's a sovereign citizens group. They're one of the better ones. They believe in all of these things, but they still get fruity and think you can do things like not put a license plate on your car because cops don't have a right to do that. And they get carried away.
Yeah.
But the beginning of this, everything he's talked about there is correct. Don't go to State Nationals Rock. Well, go to State Nationals Rock, see what they're about. Make your own opinions. I'm not going to tell you not to do something. I don't believe that's right, but I'm going to tell you right up front.
We're not here to tell you what to do and what not to do. We're just giving you the information so you can make your own goddamn decisions.
Yes. Now, the sovereign citizens start with a core good idea. The United States is all fucked up and the federal government is way out of control. I'm totally with it.
Yeah.
But then they advise people to do things like don't pay your taxes, don't put a license plate on your car, just ignore the government. They can't do anything to you. All you have to do is file a notice and you'll be fine. That's going to get you thrown in jail. Don't do that, please. Okay.
Well,
but their core
the payment of the
system is
taxes, with the amount of fraud we've seen, why the fuck are we paying so much in taxes if they're just going to fucking give it away or have it stolen?
I 100% agree with that. But the thing is, they go about it the incorrect way. They want to do it on an individual basis. We can't do it on an individual basis. We need to start coming together as a people and remembering that the people in government are just people. They put their pants on and they eat breakfast somewhere.
Yep.
We can remove them from office. There are mechanisms for that, just like there's a button to put the button pushing monkey in the room.
What's going on, everybody?
How you doing?
Oh, we're doing good.
I am an advocate of getting people in our communities to get rid of this feminization, to get structure, regimentation, and justice back into things, start teaching civics again, and then we vote income tax and property tax, which are obviously stealing.
Yes.
We voted out. We didn't have them before in America. America was the first country where we didn't have those things. The Supreme Court struck down income tax no less than 4 times. Taft had the 16th Amendment drafted to overcome Powell versus Farmers, which was the Supreme Court decision where they said that income tax was unlawful. The 16th Amendment is literally to overcome a Supreme Court decision.
Wow.
There was no income tax.
All right. I don't know, man. That's just fucking annoying as fuck.
It is, but it is part of the feminization of all of our, because it's comfort and security. And why wouldn't you want to give money to help people, Pop? You're mean. Why wouldn't you want to give 30% of your income to help people?
Sympathy play. Look at the dictionary between shit and syphilis.
Also, that sophistry, it's covered under Aristotle. That'll be part of the lesson.
Sophistry.
I'm going to fuck you guys up so hard.
Oh, come on, man.
Phrasing.
Anyway, this guy
with the line, man.
This guy that we just saw here, all of his content is correct. Beware, state nationals have some very good ideas, but they play the sovereign citizen card. Don't end up in jail.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want any to end up in jail. You can look at it all you like. They, like I said, their core ideas are spot the fuck on, but their methods leave something to be desired because, well, jail time. Nobody likes jail time. I look fat in Prison Orange. Don't say it. So, fuck off.
Fuck off, man.
Okay, here we go. This is a school. Those are, look at how smug she is.
Yeah.
How old are these children?
We need to fire these teachers, man.
How old? Fire. They need to be in fucking jail. How old are these kids? That's a 12-year-old. Maybe 13.
They're middle school.
Look how smug she is.
Mm-hmm.
Look how fucking smug she is.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the rest of this. I don't have enough beer in the house.
This is what we talked about at the beginning. This is how they create Mao's Red Guard, because they thought they had America to the point where we were ready for Bolshevism.
Uh-huh.
But Bolsheviks.
Drink.
I'm seeing if Jimmy is on his game. He's
Bullshit. Bolsheviks.
There we go. Now Jimmy's paying attention.
I was doing some things and stuff behind the scenes here.
Because, things and stuff.
We've got a couple extra special things for us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Do we have extra special things for us?
And you know who they're courtesy of.
Oh,
yeah. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. This is actually...
We're going. You saw how smug that female was. This is the creation of Mao's Red Guard, because they know that they're not there yet. Now they've got the freaking kindergartners. And if they can get those kindergartners now, we will have Red Guard in 10 years. And the wheels will come off, which is why we have to deal with this stuff now. I'm a huge advocate of civic engagement. Huge. I do as much as I can in my county. It's really frustrating because most of them are pussies. They'll work all goddamn day. I'm talking about farmers. These guys will bust their ass But when it comes to doing the bloody stuff, they're not interested. And I don't mean killing anybody. Relax, YouTube. I'm talking about civic engagement and actually having discussions. This happened in Michigan. This is going on now. I'm following it. It's in all of our school districts at the moment. Safe, supportive, and inclusive classrooms. Practical strategies for affirming blah, 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 blah students.
I got the loose, gay, butt twerking, queer community students.
And this is April 26th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the Michigan Department of Education. They're hosting a seminar. Take notes, everybody, if you want to write this down and get into the conversation and hop into their little Zoom chat and maybe voice your opinion on these issues. That would be helpful. That'd be great. We'd like that if you gave your opinion on the issues and told them, what you think about their little agenda. I felt...
You gotta listen what I say.
that one required the hands.
Yeah.
That one obviously required the hands. God. It's just I get angry.
Yeah. I'm already pissed.
I get angry. Now, this next one is the same guy who was doing the civics thing. Again, he makes really solid points.
He needs to eat a sandwich.
Yes, he does.
American elementary schools teach about state history, Native Americans, and the European exploration of North America. But what's really interesting is what they don't teach. Because they don't teach about Europe, they don't teach about Africa, they don't teach about Asia, and they don't teach ancient history. Which means they don't teach historical context. Now let's compare that to what elementary students who receive a classical education learn. In grade 1, ancient Mesopotamia. 2nd grade, Greece, Rome, China, India. 3rd grade, medieval times. 4th grade, the Renaissance and exploration. 5th grade, early America and the US Revolution. This provides an overview into the history of our world so that students could put historical events into context. So here's how it all plays out. Take any random public school in America. In 1st grade, they learn about community. In 2nd grade, they learn about geography, their place in the world, and about immigration. So in 3rd grade, they can be taught about the Pilgrims with the context of them being immigrants. And then they learn about the Native American tribes that were in America and how wonderful they were. Now, there's nothing wrong with teaching about how wonderful Native American tribes were. The Wampanoag, the Iroquois, awesome. The problem is it's taught through the Marxist lens of victim versus oppressors. So the victim could never do anything wrong and the oppressors are evil. So for example, they won't be taught that the Iroquois genocided the Huron, the Erie, the Susquehannock, or that the Wampanoag were at war with the Narragansett, and the reason they helped the Pilgrims was to form a military alliance.
Also, the Hurons were known for taking captives and skinning them alive over a period of days while strapped to a frame in 1-inch wide strips.
Nice.
That was one of their favorite
context
methods.
Then in 4th grade, they could think critically about what they learned and about the geography and diversity of our nation. And in 5th grade, they learn about the American Revolution, the legacy of slavery, and the struggle for civil rights. But they don't have the context of all of this history. So they aren't aware that 90 to 95% of civilizations in the history of the world before 1776 practiced slavery. Or that in America, we had 7 states abolish slavery when it had only been abolished in 7 other countries in the world. Did you know that? Because when you add historical context, it's beyond obvious that the founding fathers were the greatest champions of liberty in the history of the world. But public schools are designed to make sure your kids don't think that. Check out my private homeschool community. And
yeah,
all right.
Like I said, this guy's got good content. His head is on square. he consults with some goofy individuals from time to time.
Yeah,
But
we gotta do.
he's solid. It's the teaching of the history, the teaching of our history and of ancient history. I bang on that all the time to the point of somebody killed the dwarf. I get that. But there's a reason, because I want our kids to grow up knowing that these things are real.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't know context, and you don't know,
Context
how
is
shit,
everything.
If you don't know the history of how you got to the point you are now, you're not going to make good decisions.
Yes.
You don't have a basis to make good decisions.
Yeah. And they don't have the context of other cultures to compare it to.
Yeah.
The British, for example, abolished slavery in England in 1756, but they kept it in all of their colonies. That's not taught. And the Irish slave trade, if you go down to the Caribbean, you'll see a lot of mulattoes with green eyes and like brown hair. They tried to crossbreed the Irish and the blacks to produce plantation workers. They literally performed a eugenics experiment with Irish and blacks there.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yes,
That's
a lot
kinda
of people
fucked up.
don't know that. The Irish slaves weren't working out in the hotter climes. We had a lot more Irish, they called them indentured servants, but what they would do is they would just keep increasing the amount of money that they owed.
Yeah.
So they could never get out of the
it.
indenture. So it's just slavery by another name, but with fees. But the feminization of our education system relies more on the sentimentality, the emotional structure of this. It's slavery, and how could you? And it's so terrible. And they don't teach the whys, the hows, the whos, or the whats of any of it. They don't teach the reality of it. They only teach the emotion of it. And that doesn't get you anything.
So what you're saying is the teachers of today are teaching the how. The teachers from yesteryear taught the why.
Yes, with context.
Yeah. Beware the person who can teach the why.
Yeah.
Because he's infinitely more dangerous.
Yeah, you without context for these things, you can't make sense of them, which allows these teachers to prey on the emotional aspect of it. Of course, slavery is bad. That's self-evident. Slavery is bad, at least in our way of thinking. To much of the world, slavery is normal. It still goes on all over the world. I've seen slave markets.
North Africa,
I've seen them.
Yeah,
but to us, it's bad, and I believe that it should be bad. Anyway, let's move along and get to this one here. Here's what's being taught to our fucking kindergartners now.
Kindergartners, I want to say too that kindergartners are natural social justice warriors.
Oh, here we go.
I see this all the time.
Right off the bat, beat her with a bat.
Yep.
Right out of the gate.
I'm on the playground. That's unfair. And this is why it's unfair. This is the reasons that it's unfair. And I think if we just build upon the mindset of a kindergartner, that it is fantastic. You can get.
They're trying to understand and interpret structure and hierarchy at that age.
Yes.
They're establishing order and justice. It isn't about fair or unfair. That's the feminist interpretation of hierarchy, structure, and justice.
Them to do fabulous things in the social justice.
And here's where they
realm.
pervert it.
Yeah.
Okay. So years ago when I started the work, I thought about how could I frame the work where I'm hitting all the core topics and domains.
With
like how I can't just jump in and say, okay, we're gonna.
This is so stupid.
And they have to have a foundation in which the work is built upon, so they can.
All right, stop it right there.
You can see all.
Yeah.
All right. When I was in kindergarten, it's all we could do was to, to have peace in the class.
Yes.
Is be
Learn
fair
your
of how
alphabet.
many kids got so many toys. One kid couldn't have all the toys.
Yeah.
So you had to figure it out.
Learn your alphabet, learn your colors.
Yeah.
Learn your numbers, and learn how to tell time on a clock.
Yeah, I didn't pick that one up right away.
You never picked that one up.
Wow.
So as an educator, how really there's this transformation period that happens, kindergartners and, a lot of kids are, in the beginning, being 5 and 6, the mindset is a very self-centered mindset, right? Me,
Yeah,
just me
that's their whole-
thinking, right? So we have to think about how can we start with, think about yourself, think about your identity, think about who you are, and then we're going to move. We're going to slowly move. So
No. At that age, here are your choices. Do you want the red lollipop or the yellow lollipop?
Correct.
Those are the only choices you're capable of really making at that point.
And you can't have both.
And you can't have both. And if you cry about it, I'm going to slap you and you're not getting either one.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where adults have to start setting the boundaries for the children. This is not where the children have to learn to empower themselves.
We need to get this woke bullshit out of our civilization. This is
Then
just
77% of teachers need to go then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Or you could get rid of half of the women and bring it back so half the teachers are men.
Yeah.
That would probably do it too.
What we need is the old school kindergarten teachers who are like aunties who have already raised all of their children and know what it means to raise a child in a home with a father present. That should be an absolute mandatory feature for any kindergarten to 5th grade female teacher. Were you a mother in a home where the father was also present?
Yeah.
Now you can teach children because you know what you're doing.
But nowadays, these women get out of high school.
Yeah.
They go get their 4-year degree. Sometimes they get their master's. So they have no life experience. They get their teaching certificate. Then they're in the classroom. So they're in there by 24, 26. Most of them aren't mothers.
No.
And they never will
Never
be.
been around a small child.
Yeah. They have no idea what they're doing.
In many cases. Or a father. They never had a father in the home.
And listen, man, there's no substitute for experience.
You need nurture and structure as a child. You have to have structure as a child. Or you turn into the things we see today.
So, I read this article by Professor Bree Picower called Using Their Words, 6 Elements of Social Justice, Curriculum Design for the Elementary Classroom. And it just was absolutely fascinating. And I thought that it would be really helpful with me framing my year about what I hope to accomplish in a year with kindergarten students. So the first domain of Bree Picower's 6 Elements of Social Justice is self-love and knowledge. The second is respect for others. The third is issues of social justice.
Right there, you're done.
You don't need that.
No.
You don't need social movements and change either. These are fucking kindergartners.
They're kindergartners.
Don't play the rest of this.
I'm not going to. It's causing my blood pressure to go up.
I can feel it in my neck.
Yeah.
This is not good. All right.
Yeah, I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth. Oh,
holy shit!
Lamont died.
What?
I did see.
Oh yeah, he died last week.
Yeah, Lamont died.
He had a good run though. He was like what, 82 or something?
Something like that. So he died at a respectable age at any rate. For those of you who have never seen Sanford and Son,
you're missing out.
You should watch Sanford and Son. It was one of the best comedies of its era.
Yep. If you haven't seen Sanford and Son, you are fucking up by the numbers.
Sanford and Son, Barney Miller, and Taxi. I feel are the 3 best sitcoms if I had to pick 3.
I would say throw in Green Acres as well.
It was all right.
Oh, I thought it was pretty.
That's a different genre. Genre.
All right, keep going.
That's it. Let's see here. So the other thing we get is these white liberal cat lady NCOs that start teaching our older children. This is what I was talking about when my nephew was telling me all about how young 16-year-old boys are ready to put the Hugo Boss suit on. This is why.
Expectations, but you guys always want to push it. You privileged white boys always just want to push it to the end. No, knock it off, Trayton. Knock it off.
Yep.
Expectations, but you guys always want to push it. You privileged white boys always just want to push it to the end. No, knock it off.
Who wants to be in a room with that? And if you're a 15, 16-year-old white boy, your hormones are raging, All you want to do is chase girls and drive fast cars. At least that's how we were when we were young.
Yeah.
You've got to deal with this shrew, this Shrek ass cat lady, fucking whatever the fuck she is.
And like I really think that annoys me is like because you're white, you're privileged.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I mean I was
Like
on welfare.
Dirt ass poor, yeah.
I mean, my mother was on welfare until I was like in eighth grade.
I wore hand-me-downs until probably 13 or 14 years old.
Yeah.
Then I bought new clothes like once a year. But then when I left home when I was 16 and started working all of the time, now I finally had money to buy my own clothes. Okay.
Yep.
I grew up poor.
Yeah.
And a lot of us did. A lot of us did.
There was no privilege.
It
was just, do your fucking best to get by. I mean,
yeah,
fuck,
I'm gonna
dude.
call this one out from the chat because he's dead nuts on, even though it's not a super chat. She has to be a victim, even in a position of authority. That's perfectly phrased.
Oh yeah,
that's perfectly fucking dead nuts on.
That and my evil button pushing monkey sense is tingling. She's yelling at 15, 16-year-old boys, apparently. She would probably go to the school next door or next town over, pick up a 12-year-old and either try to turn him gay or bang him in the parking lot.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that would never happen. There's like tons of that stuff going on now.
Listen, man, if I saw this,
tons of that shit going on now.
If I saw this video and she was talking like that to one of my sons, I would I'd go crazy.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck you doing?
Yep.
Listen, man, young boys already have self-esteem problems. You're just gonna make it worse by fucking doing that kind of shit? Go fuck yourself, man.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Now, here is where the educational rot started, where it set in, and how we got teachers like that exactly right there. I gotta hit share this tab instead, which I did. Shoestring budget, ladies and gentlemen. This is London in the 60s.
I think we all have to think in terms of the one world, one humanity. And we all have international obligations to fulfill if it's going to be a peaceful world for everybody.
No, we
Do you
don't.
think we should
No,
take
we
as
don't.
many as we can fit in?
Yes, I do, most definitely.
Do you think
And
we're
that I think that we should cooperate in many ways to make sure that the needs of these people are fulfilled.
What about the racial tension that might well be created here as a result?
Well, I think that we have to implement new education schemes into the schools to change people's attitudes.
There you go.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the thing that nobody's supposed to say, and I'm gonna speculate that she might have male relatives who wear small hats.
Correct.
It's quite possible.
But this is in the 60s. This is a female saying it there. That's where it comes from. Right fucking there. That's the kind of shit that started this nonsense.
Again,
And dragged us
the
into the
agreeable
abyss.
woman.
Yeah.
Like we all have obligations and what?
Living a soft life of privilege, never had to sacrifice anything herself. And she's able to help. Now, on the opposite end of that spectrum, opposite end of the timeline, I should say, she is the direct result of things like this happening. DEI is supposed to have been abolished in universities on threat of pulling federal funding. But what they've done,
Yeah, we started changing language, but we're still doing the same thing. To get ahead of it and to not become a target, we've shifted some of our language.
We received a report that you were bragging about ignoring the executive order banning DEI. Is that true?
Yeah, we started changing.
I know this is a fact. I have a sister who is a professor at a major Florida university, and she has told me that this stuff is true.
And you should drop a dime on her.
I would never do anything like that, nor would I have already done something like that already.
What a bummer.
I would not have already done something like that.
Look, we're going to have to get medieval on with some of these people.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
we are. So I hope we've demonstrated clearly tonight that the feminization of our education system has created much of the world that we live in.
And a lot of you dudes out there.
And yeah.
And you're going to get mad at me for saying this.
Don't
okay?
care. Don't care.
If you're
We're
a
not
younger
here for you to like us.
Say if you're like 30 or younger, more than likely you have some of this brain rot rattling around in your thinking meat. And you're going to have to take active steps to cleanse it before it becomes a permanent problem. Plain and simple.
Yep.
All right, we're ready for super chats.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy, bring it on.
Well, we've heard from you guys. We've heard from folks in the chat, but there's one person we haven't heard from.
Uh-oh.
He's our favorite reasonable rooster. Hey, Tom, what do you think about all this bullshit? And what do you think these?
Oh God, Tom the reasonable rooster is back.
Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off!
That's Tom. That's Tom.
That's
Tom all goddamn day. No, Tom's really like that. I walk in, fuck off. I leave the roost. Rah, fuck off. That's Tom is actually, that's very good representation. Thank you, Billy. I'll show that to Tom in the morning. I'm sure he will tell you to fuck off.
100%.
Alrighty. Now that we've heard from everybody here in the regiment here. Let's see, over on the YouTube side, 430 viewers and 264. Again, let's get 300 over there, guys. Come on. I know you can do it, you bastards. Let's see. First one from Mario Trujillo for 10 says, nerds and gamers have been saying this since 2012. All the trads and machos laughed at us. Now their sons are in the meat grinder. I feel for their sons, but those dudes can get fucked. Stay strong, gents.
That's what we're trying.
Yeah. Father Jack the Enlightened dropping 5. He says, speaking of the Weimar, we need that stream on the Weimar era dwarf, the social and economic downfall of it all.
Huh. All right.
All right.
Here we go. We got the Doug 88 LAS dropping 20. He says, what percentage of Democrats or the American Bolshevik Party realize they are communists, and do you think that there are any who are still oblivious to this fact?
I would say 2/3 are pretty much know that they're commies, because 2/3 of them will say it's okay to do political violence. You don't get to that level without realizing what you are.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
The same kind of women that are pushing the feminism of everything, they're also the majority of those that want to push political violence.
There are a couple of women out there, though, who are on our side and squarely in our corner, and one of them is our own number 569. That would be Sam, who's going through a little bit of a rough time right now. So I'm going to drop, here it is in Rumble. Jimmy, I put it in the private chat. Will you drop it in the other ones? She's in the hospital. She's having complications with an infection, and she could really use some morale and welfare. So if you guys would like to drop her a card or send her a Redonkulas shirt or
give her a call,
that's where she's at. Renowned Medical Center, Tahoe Tower 338. So you cheer her up a little bit, guys. Show her that we care. We do this for any member of the regiment or any of you morons. There's a couple other I wouldn't do it for because, well, you're assholes.
You know about it.
Yeah. Yep. It has been posted in all of the other chats there. So hopefully we can
give her some morale and welfare. It's because she's stuck in a hospital room and that sucks ass.
Oh, yeah.
Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt. Pop, you were there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, excuse me. The Douglas coming back for 10 of 10 says people need to be reminded about the period of American history between 1946 and 1991, including 2 wars fighting communism. U.S. sent over 100,000 men to their deaths fighting communism around the world.
Yep.
That is a long and complicated story. That's another whole show that we could do. It's really, really ugly, and it'll make a lot of people mad,
including me.
That's what beer's for, man, to help cool the inner temperature.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's true. It's my coolant fluid.
Yep, there you go.
I got a leaky radiator. Carry on.
Don't want to blow a gasket. Aaron Williams here, dropping 20, says, thank you for giving men hope.
Thanks, man.
Here for
We're trying. We're trying.
Yep. Sean say George dropped 499 says, that is the play. These university types will make others sacrifice themselves so the professors can have their communist utopia and then seize power.
But the thing is they get wiped out.
As soon as a communist regime takes power, those university types are second to go after the useful idiots.
Yeah,
they're literally the next ones in line.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a reason why Stalin didn't last so long.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we got Brass Friday dropping 5 says, whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or God.
Okay.
That is an Aristotle quote. Apparently.
Pretty cool by being by myself. Doesn't really bother me much.
Yep. Mad Dog 1991 drop a 10 says, saw all this BS as a millennial through schools. So did I. Went to UW Madison, ultra liberal for bioengineering. Took a long time to ditch the programming. Thanks, guys, for the continued pertinent commentary.
All right.
Veteran drop a 10, second grade. What's a Nubian?
A Nubian or a Nubidian? Because those are two very different things.
Nubian, Nubian. See, folks, my Hooked on Phonics is working. Working on it. And Cool Cat dropping 5 says, I love this show. I learn and laugh. And what else can I ask for?
There you go.
All right.
There you go. A drink every now and then. Bolsheviks.
Oh, shit. You said the thing. You know what? Just because you said it multiple times, he's been summoned.
Bolsheviks.
No, don't say it. Bolsheviks. No, please stop.
Bolsheviks.
It's showtime. Bolsheviks, baby. Everyone drink. Nice.
Yeah. Alrighty, Rumble. We got 376 pairs of eyes over there, 125 likes, but someone else is already preparing your punishment. You'll wait for it. Let's see. First one from Lecoq is he's calling it vaginism.
It's going in the book.
It is. It's like female Marxism. Vaginism. It is. It's female Marxism.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well spotted, sir. Well spotted.
There you go. And MGTOW Mando coming in says, to be honest, I am tired of seeing every ethnic group besides Caucasians in Old Spice and other adverts. It screams Bolshevik.
Yeah.
Really I'm getting sick of it myself.
Yeah. I mean, the Terry Crews commercials were funny, but they got old after like the third one.
Right.
Yeah.
It was funny the one time.
It was funny.
I'm not saying you can't have other ethnicities in commercials. I'm saying when it's always other ethnicities in commercials, it becomes pretty obvious what you're doing.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Well, here's the punishment. 68 Barracuda says, I'm just going to say it now. Jimmy, play the thin dancing Hillary in the bikini top with the itty bitty titties. Bolshevik. Now I can click the like button.
Okay.
You sick bastards. He's definitely putting that one in his fappening facility here tonight.
Wax it off at the trailer park. Wax it off at the trailer park, baby. Oh yeah.
Shout out to Sean St. George for the fappening facility, because that's the name of his streams and whatnot. Go over and check that out, guys.
Yeah.
Good folks over there. Good times.
Yeah.
See, Mando coming back says, my little one-bedroom apartment, which should have been a starter, is basically 2 Fort Irwin barracks rooms merged together.
Those barrack rooms were small.
And I share it with an angry, fuzzy pussy. Shout out to Evie.
All right.
68 Barracuda again says, did you guys see the new Paul Elm video where he interviews Helen Smith, author of Men of Strike? She is dropping a new book.
I didn't see that.
I've not. Send us links. email us, redonkulas12@gmail.com. We'll take a look.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Ali Card coming in says the two philosophers, Aristotle and Plato works are in the archive.
Yeah. Well, it'll be a whole episode. I have spent the last year and a half reading all of that stuff extensively so that we can do, because you guys, it helps. It does. You'll see.
Uh-huh. Okay.
There you go. And Lecoq
coming
coming back.
Greek words.
Yep. Lecoq coming in says, this is an Aristotle quote. No one trusts a woman, not even a woman.
Not even women. That's actually an Aristotle quote.
As Al Bundy said, women understand women and they hate each other.
Yeah, he's absolutely correct.
And Mando again says, a great many feminists like to claim that men who only traditionally want traditional family are patriarchal. They fail to consider that historically women have benefited from male labor much more than men have.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're here today because of it.
Yes. Yep. Men go out to kill the animals and plow the fields to create the food.
Plus, we build all the shit that women use.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Lecoq coming in again says, whenever vaginas take a hold of the definition of equality, civilizations die.
Yeah. This has already been done before.
Yeah.
Okay. It's nothing new. Nothing new under the sun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here we go with the classic Mando joke. Why is a female cat better than a human girlfriend?
I don't know.
You can lock the cat in a room until it calms down and not have the cops called.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's legit. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. 68 Barracuda. Vaginas are supposed to take hold of dicks, not civilization. The holder of the vagina gets civilization by holding the dick with the vagina.
Okay.
Not wrong.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, we got our first We're Not Worthy from New Vegas Badger. He's dropping 50. You ought to do a show on Marcus Aurelius.
Wait. I was waiting for that one. I saw that earlier. Oh, look, Marcus Aurelius, Meditations in my reading. I was waiting for your ass.
There you go. Phrasing.
Thanks for your support.
Thank you very much.
No homo.
See, 68 Barracuda says, I am on a school board. This shit does not happen in my little district. Run for office, fuckers. Max 4 hours commitment a month.
That's what I'm talking about. Civic engagement. You can do it. Civic engagement. Just get off the couch. You've got 4 hours a month.
Yep. And 68 Barracuda. I had a couple of female teachers like her in high school in the 80s. The kids walked all over them, and we didn't learn shit from them. The female teachers who did command respect were able to teach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's these meek little things, and they cry that they can't keep the students in line. It's because you have no spine and you don't belong in a classroom.
Yeah. That and Dwarf, you were talking about your teachers earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that. Well, we remember what the teachers used to look like back in the day. Well,
oh my God!
Oh! Ah! Ah! Stop!
Why'd you do that, man?
Grammy Pelosi is gone. She's gone. She can't hurt us anymore.
Jimmy!
Fucking
what manner of
you motherfucking fucking fuck, man! All right.
Yeah, I just say that's what teachers these days look like, and well, yeah, we've learned a lot about how they actually teach things.
All right.
You're welcome for the eye bleach.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like I said, I was doing things and stuff before I got here. See, Lecoq, he's got a Plato quote here. Until philosophers rule as kings, or those now called kings genuinely and adequately philosophize, cities will have no rest from evils.
That's right. You'll never live it down.
Oop. Oh, he's back. Count Chad the Impaler. Count Chad is back at the house.
Hey.
Was gone for weeks because sentence analysis stage of my book drafts 6 and 7 was listening to MP3 audio files of it. Toxic masculinity is caused by women raising boys.
Yeah. Hey, I got to take a piss, so run the piss thing.
Uh-oh, we got to do a piss break? All righty.
You are about to meet a traveler. His name is Terrence Popp, wanderer, daydreamer, unlicensed tour guide through the impossible. He takes a wrong boat, a right turn, and finds himself here in the unknown. This is Tales of Terrence.
Excuse me, my friend. Can you tell me where the bathroom is?
In a barracks on the edge of Abu Dhabi, the night is quiet. The bunks are empty, and the walls are thick. Thick enough to keep out a desert wind, but not a visitor from the past. One that'll soon haunt Terrence's nightmares.
What in the... Smells like rotten eggs. Let's see what... Whoa. Good Lord. Meet Private Robert Smith, mailroom clerk. A man who knows the smell of home in a bundle of envelopes.
Too long, pal.
Sure has. Come on, let me introduce you to my wife.
Hello there.
Hello there. Ma'am.
His name is Terrence. He spent 20 years in the infantry believing he knew his brothers in arms. But tonight, over a friendly visit, he'll learn that friendship, like truth, comes in unexpected shapes.
Now I gotcha.
Terrence thought he was chasing a nuisance with a bushy tail. Instead, he's dragged into a confrontation with something that tips the scales of reason. A problem he could hold in one hand has swelled into a nightmare that holds him.
Triggs, you okay? Hey, buddy.
Private Riggs has learned an old lesson the hard way. When you reach for warmth in the wrong corner of town, sometimes the night reaches back. Those boils you see are no ordinary rash. They're the handprints of temptation, and they don't wash away.
Left, right, left, right. Oh, boy! Keep it moving, Bob!
3 words for you. Chili Mac MRE.
Hey, I know that story.
Ah, man, what are you going to do? All right, sorry about that.
They gave us 20 minutes to eat in basic training. They have been giving us like 3 to 5 minutes. It was chili mac for lunch. And they gave us 20 minutes because it was like toward the end. And we're like, ah! And they promptly then marched us right out to the gas chambers. And exactly what you would expect ensued. It
awesome.
Was glorious.
Yeah.
Moving on here, we got more grad drop 5 said, fuck you, Jimmy. I'm like, hey, well, fuck you, buddy. I'm not your friend, buddy. Just kidding. I'm everybody's friend, allegedly.
All right.
68 Barracuda says, my district administration wants to teach kids how to use computers. They already know. They waste insane amounts on useless equipment and won't teach cursive. Don't read the Constitution, kids. Fuck that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad that they're stopping to read, teaching people how to read cursive because you can't read historical documents that way.
I am very much considering offering a class on cursive to our community.
Yeah,
because they don't know how to do any of that. I do calligraphy and cursive and all of that. I'm that weirdo.
Write the word minimum in cursive and hand it to a millennial or Gen Zer and see if they can read it.
I will write minimum in Fraktur, which is the old medieval Gothic script, and send you a copy, Jimmy.
Sounds good. 68 Barracuda again says it was at this moment that Kampfschweg knew he fucked up.
Which moment? There's so many.
So many.
See, Kano dropping 1. He says, we had a male teacher in my high school. He taught physics, PE, and woodshop. Yep. Supposedly he's still there, and now he also teaches a trades pathway for students who'd rather work than go to college.
That's smart.
That's smart.
That's absolutely smart.
Yep.
I will, any of you young men out there, I will tell you right now, in our area, welders, because we have farm equipment, home or building inspectors are and framers, guys who can actually build shit, are in huge demand, and you're starting at $60K.
Wow.
Welders, inspectors, and framers.
All right.
Huge market for that right now.
Count Chad coming back says a couple of truths in my book. Emotions are noise. Emotions are just noise masquerading as truth.
Yep.
And sex is just a multiplier masturbation. Multiplayer masturbation. There you go.
Yeah, multiplayer.
There is a quote by the Irish poet and playwright Oscar Wilde that goes, "Men can love babies and horses that win. Anything else is softness in the head."
Fair enough. We got another $50 on the YouTube side.
Oh, did we? Hang on, let me jump back over there. Actually, I could just do it over here. Let's see here. Yeah, we had a couple over there on the YouTube side. I'll get caught up over there. Let's see, Mike Douglas coming back says, research the young pioneers in Soviet Union.
Yep.
That's what these Bolsheviks are trying to create in the public screw system.
Yes. It is the Bolshevik young pioneers. It is Mao's Red Guard. It's the exact same thing.
Yep.
Yep. And L Snow's coming in and says, Dwarf, did you read Occult Feminism?
Yes. Yes. And I do advise that. It is a good read. There are elements that are a bit dated, but it is otherwise an excellent read.
There you go. And that other 50 from on the YouTube side comes from Oni Encore for 50. Redundancy. I was voluntold to be a new platoon sergeant. Any advice?
Identify your good NCOs immediately.
Yes. And you need to know who your shitbags are.
Yep.
Because you can't leave them alone because they'll do fuck all and they'll sabotage everything.
Start a leader book right the fuck now. Make it paper. Put it in one of those gray government fucking binders. Write down all of your guys and do what Pop just said.
Yep.
But put that shit on paper in a binder.
There you go. And you get one of these as well.
Thanks for your continued support.
And get yourself one of these.
There you go. I have a stack of those here somewhere.
Let's see. Jumping back to the Rumble side. Lecoq coming back says, in the Republic, a city/souls falls or becomes unjust whenever the following order is broken. Reason is greater than spirit, and spirit is greater than appetite.
Yep.
Yeah. If the math don't math, it ain't going to last.
I see some of you are already into the classical reading. This is helpful.
There you go. So you count Chad coming back with the truth. All women are genetically descended from a woman who spread their legs for the foreign conquerors who killed their fathers, husbands, and brothers, not the women who fought back and died.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely correct.
I would say that's the majority. Yeah.
Yep. Mando coming back says, I am definitely living proof that boys need their fathers or strong male role models. My former stepbros are married with kids. Me, nothing since 2012. My father was my stepbros my father was with my stepbros most of high school. Damn.
All right.
That's tough.
Yeah.
68 Barracuda says, California went to shit in the Clinton years. You can see it was getting bad under Bush 1.
Yeah. I would agree. It was still okay in 95 is all I can say.
Let's see. We got Raffle Grog here. It says, unfortunately, the state school board has been a complete shit show here in West Virginia for quite some time. Hell, no wonder I'm just a retarded HVAC tech. Hey, man, people need to stay warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
You're never going out of business, buddy.
That's right.
Nope. And Mando again says, when I teach people how to play different war games, I use the Battle of Thermopylae as a final exam to make sure my opponent understands the rules.
Yeah. It's a good battle.
Yeah.
And Ellie Cardi says, can I use my super chats in audio form to drive them crazy? Also for funding the farm.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we got what, $20 set aside for the Redonkulas farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Thermopylae is good. Also consider the Battle of Agincourt.
Oh, that was a brutal one. Oh,
yeah. Because it was so fucking brutal.
A fucking meat grinder. It's awesome.
There you go.
Henry V Agincourt.
Yeah.
68 Barracuda come back says, Battle Hobbit, have you read Ordinary Men yet? Maybe a good subject for a history show tie-in with these Bolsheviksville. Did you read that, Jimmy? Did you Le Cluin? Play the Bolsheviksville, of course. I may not speak Surrender Monkey, but I know what it sounds like.
In Bolsheviksville, where the sun shines bright, live Dwarf and Nance, what a charming sight. With Sandy the maid and Pop dropping by, and Hillary's antics that'll make you sigh. Oh, Dwarf and Nance, they've got it made, with laughter, love, and a living maid. From morning toast to an evening dance, it's always a hoot with Dwarf and Nance.
Jesus Christ.
It's just so plausible. It's just such a
I fucking hate that one.
That's the frightening part, is the plausibility there.
I fucking hate it, man.
Yep. 68 Barracuda says, if you want to get us fucked up so hard, phrasing, have Pop drink from the big black cock.
Pop drained the big black cock already.
I poured it into another bottle and drank it. Yep.
So, Pop, when you do take that to the comedy clubs, when you do your skit, you have to have 3 different sizes of shot glasses, and whichever size of shot glass is homo suspicion points. You take the small one, that's 1. You take the middle one, that's half of 1. You take the big one, homo suspicion points will not be assessed because that's a big shot of whiskey.
Whatever.
Tomahawk coming in, dropping 10, says, not advocating violence, but these leftists are so unhinged, I don't see how we don't end up there. We're to the point where coexisting is no longer possible.
Absolutely correct.
Look, I'm not going to go head first into the violence, but if you bring me violence, I'm going to serve it back to you on a paper plate.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, we got Jerry Conway, a.k.a. MX Stilgar, dropping in. What's going on, Jerry? Says, what the fuck? I'm older than Pop and Battle Dwarf, and I never had a civics class in Boston schools in the 70s and 80s. Lots of social studies, though. That town was rotting 50 years ago.
It must have taken root in that area then, because we definitely had civics.
Yep, I had social studies and civics. And civics.
I had civics and government.
Yep.
My 7th and 8th grade history teacher had not 1, not 2, but 3 Nazi flags stapled to his ceiling, and he would talk about them during the history lessons. You couldn't do that these days.
We had show and tell in 2nd grade, and Eric Pokifka brought in a Nazi helmet and an SS dagger. Try that today.
Yeah.
He brought in one of the fucking the ceremonial SS daggers. His grandpa got it in World War II. Brought it in for show and tell. We're like, ooh.
That's cool, man. Laycock, he's got some scripture from us from Timothy 2:11. A woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. She must be silent.
I can't argue with that.
Right. I mean, it's there. There it is.
Yeah, but we can't teach about the Bible in this because we. Okay, so let's read about what the Quran has to say. Oh,
they're forcing the Quran in high schools in Texas now.
Yeah, that's got to stop.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Lecoq again says, respect for others is a fucking scam. It's a prelude to tolerance. Only respectable things or actions should be respected.
You earn respect. You don't automatically get it.
Respect is earned.
Yes. Yep. All right. Scrolling down here. Tomahawk again says, white privilege is nothing more than having a higher IQ, impulse control, and delayed gratification.
Can't say you're wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yep. And Lecoq again says, fuck the fucking fuckers.
Fuck all the fuckers.
All of them. Just be sure it's with a stolen dick and not yours, just in case there's
stuff. Walking the line. Walking the line.
And K-Note here says, also, good news to everyone. With my own 2 hands, I replaced our well pipe, our pump, and all of the plumbing to the pressure tank. Water is now flowing again and no leaks. Everyone drink!
Feels good, man.
Fuck yeah. That's good shit right there.
That.
Oh, yeah. All righty. Alucard, he's asking for a box wine at Catland. Because let's just face it, that's where most of these women are going to end up anyways.
It really is.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
Alrighty, and Tom Hawkins coming in says, I actually have a rooster named Bob. I call him Bob the asshole because that's what he is, a fucking asshole. He'll wait till your back is turned and then he'll attack.
I had a rooster like that named Paul that I ended up having to actually shoot.
Okay.
So, because he was also attacking hens and the other rooster in the run. So he had to be terminated.
Turned into stew.
Yeah.
Had fried chicken that night.
Paul was terminated.
Yep. All right. Jack the Emperor coming in says, first off, I'm a hemorrhoid. I irritate assholes. Secondly, you can expect the FFN story this week. Lastly, fighting the cyber empire in New York, and I'm losing intentionally. Fuck New York.
Yep.
Yeah, that's bad. New York is in a bad spot.
Yeah, and if you're privy to the Epstein files, there may or may not be a connection between Mom Donnie and Epstein.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Big surprise. We're all very shocked down here.
Yep. And 68 Barracuda, he's correcting me. He says, Jimmy, Stalin lasted quite a while. I think he made it to 1955.
Yeah, I think you were talking about Trotsky.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah,
the guy that got rid of all the highly educated people.
That's Trotsky.
Okay. Yep, I was
real name Lev Bronstein from Ukraine. Anyway, carry on.
Carrying on. Tomahawk. That's a duplicate. We're duplicating now. Everything. Oh, rumble. Let's see. And 68 Barracuda says, just looked it up. 1953.
Yeah.
Play the Hog Rider. Actually, you know what? I have something new to show everybody.
Here we go.
We're all familiar with Singing Pop and how much he loves it.
No, I don't.
Oh no! Do we have a new one?
Pop did an encore that night, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
Я искал ее метро, но она ушла с другим. Мы не виделись давно, и теперь ей все равно. Но я не сдамся, нет, я горю как неон во тьме. Пусть играет чужой сюжет, я останусь.
I hope we don't get a copyright for that one.
It's from Billy Von Baum, so we'll be fine. He always double checks everything and make sure everything is good.
It's fucked up, man.
But it's funny though. And Professor Bake Blue Ass Bastard coming in says, I am not asking for a civil war, but with the stuff they're doing it to the kids, it's pushing it way too far.
Yeah.
And he's asking for a singing Blake, but you know what? I've got another video about Pop. Should I play that one instead? It's not singing or anything like that. It's back when you were a freshly shaven, E2 in the Army.
I swear, my commanding officer hates me.
Then butter him up, man.
Butter him up.
What are you doing?
That's fucked up, man.
You guys have no idea how plausible that actually is. That is actually plausible Army behavior from the pre-2000s era.
Yep.
All right, let's see. 68 Barracuda, he's got a controversial opinion here. He says Epictetus is less than or greater than Marcus Aurelius.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Now you
did. Epictetus discourses right there. I was waiting for you to. Yes, Epictetus has some very good stuff. Discourses is arguably his best work.
Yeah, and well, let's just say people in the Rumble chat are not happy with me tonight. But you know what? It was funny. I don't care. Get yourself some eye bleach and take a shot of whiskey. You'll be fine.
Fuck you, Jimmy.
All right,
that was so painful.
Next one.
All right, Alucard. He's got a request here.
Ugh. Is that it?
Are
we just...
motherfucker.
Says zoom in on Pop just 3 times just to mess with him.
Well played. Well played.
Tomahawk Drop at 5 says the reason we have communist teachers is because of the Frankfurt School took over the universities almost a century ago.
That happened in 1928 under Horkheimer, and then Mercuse showed up. We've actually covered this.
We covered this, yeah.
Yep. All right.
I'll send you a link to that show if you send us an email.
There you go. Professor Blake coming back says, hey, Pop, I have friends that are asking for a Civil War. I told him, let's say a round of paintball. The thing is that I have learned basic tactics from friends that are in the military.
Yeah, listen, man, that fire and maneuver shit works.
That fire and maneuver shit works. I'll tell you what, we'll do paintball, but I'm going to do it the way we would actually do war. So you show up on the paintball field and wait for me all day. I'll see you at about 3 o'clock in the morning in your bedroom. No homo. Really, really no homo.
No.
Because shit's about to get real.
No, I actually used to train my guys on paintball. So
yep.
I'd take them out there. And we went out there one time. I had my whole company out there, and there was just a rash of these like teenage kids. They've been playing all summer, so they're all like in shape and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to go up against us, and they were done.
I know
they were literally done. We just put down a base of fire, maneuvered on them, we flanked them, and that was it. It was over.
We did that in Santa Cruz. We took 2 companies, Alpha and Charlie Company, up to play paintball in the mountains in Redwoods, which was awesome. We showed up in the Bluebird buses in uniform with all of our shit in cases of MREs. A bunch of civilians showed up. They're like, oh, sweet, we can fight the army. And we mopped the floor with them the first game, and they were like crying. So we like put them in our groups, and we played like rescue the president, move him from one side of the field to the other without getting killed, or capture the flag. And they ended up having a ball, but we just absolutely, the first game,
just
mopped the fucking field with them.
That shit works, man.
We're actually army. What do you want?
Yep. Yeah, and Professor Blake continues on from that the last one. He says, let's just say I won against them because they did not move and fire at the same time.
Yep.
You need to know how to shoot, move, and communicate. We use it on sticks lanes all the time. You'd be surprised how well guys respond when you're doing the move to contact. Well, Pop, but what you're doing move to contact, and there's actual rounds coming past you, it changes your behavior really quickly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. See, 68 Barracuda says ASE offers grants to junior high school to get kids started early on a path to the trades. My district and other board members don't want that free money.
No,
wow.
Really good.
Yeah. Fuck that. That's fucked up.
They want to keep the kids in school as long as they can because it's indoctrination.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't want them in the trades because the trades is independence. You will always need mechanics, welders, well fitters, all of those guys.
Electricians. Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
Plumbers.
Jack will come back, says, I still read cursive. Dad made me handwrite an entire data report in cursive. I'm studying phonology for the fantasy leagues for the Cyber War books. Pop cougar slang is just pre-munging.
Yeah, you're right.
What mung? I've heard this word, and I do not know what it means.
All right. Well, we'll tell you after the show.
I'll tell you offline because it's disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
It's bad.
Fine. Yeah, I've heard it thrown around. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's if you think everything that I've shown you tonight is bad, just you wait.
Oh God.
See, Alucard, he is asking, Pop, what's the name of the book you were holding?
Oh, this one here?
It's a journal. It's a standard issue military journal.
Standard military. This is what I used to keep notes in and shit.
Yeah.
That is the brain.
If you spent more than 5 years in the army and you don't have one of those somewhere in your pile of shit that you still have from the army,
Yeah, and I
There's
still write
something
down
wrong with you. Yeah.
I write down notes for the show and stuff in there.
I still buy them to keep, because our house is old, so I have to keep a log of the house so that I know what's going on.
Yep.
I use those to keep a log for the house.
Yep. And I used to always write the chaos symbol on all my shit so everyone knew it was mine.
Yeah.
They used to call me the chaos magician. Because I used to make shit happen.
Elric of Melniboné and Stormbringer.
There you go. And Jack Legan says, I heard German women killed themselves if their men had all been killed when the Romans invaded. They'd scream and flash boobs during battle to boost the morale of their warriors.
That is actually documented.
Yep.
I mean, if I'm going to, possibly meet my death, I'd like to see some tits first.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tits
I'm in. Yeah. Morale boobies.
Yeah.
There you go. Mando come back says, my high school physics teacher had me read Starship Troopers. I still have that book.
The book is excellent.
The movie sucks.
The movie was just garbage.
Yeah, I liked the movie until I read the book. And I was just like, what a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I'm doing my part.
The book makes a lot of sense. You read the book and it's like, yeah, no, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
And then Hollywood fucked it up.
They had to because the book was a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep. See, Elliot Card, he's coming back, says, I saw the look on Pop's face on the super chat in audio form. The dread on his face.
Fuck off.
See, Tomahawk says, my civics teacher when I was a freshman was cool as fuck. And yes, it was a man.
Yeah, usually were.
Yep.
Civics teachers were usually guys.
There you go. And Elliot Card is asking for singing Pop, but we already played Pop's, his second one. All right, and R.A. Spake 1971 with $5. Someone spank the damn monkey. Is this a phrasing moment, or do you want someone just to slap me? Because I can make that happen.
No, don't worry about it.
Let's just drive by that one there.
Just drive on.
Driving on. And 68 Barracuda for the last one over on the Rumble side here says, so Battle Hobbit, you like reading Big Michael Mork.
Hey now, no dissing Elric of Melniboné. The evil albino sorcerer warrior is a good story.
Yeah, it is. I read he had 3 books?
3 books.
Yeah, I read 3 of them.
All right, and we're going to jump over to the MGTOW side of things. We got a handful over here. Got Dark Mad Dog sending in another novel. Dude, you just need to email these to us. This first one says, hello, Pop. Saw wife last week for the 30th. She was hyper cuddly, loving, and let me again put my head in her chest, and I caressed her back sensually and held her hand. She said, thank you for holding while I cried for the 21st. I said stuff about her. I feel in her chest. She visibly relaxed. We were in our normal actual fusion, no sex, and my counselor stepped in to stop us, sat between us, and actually intervened by taking her to her office so I didn't leave with her. My wife looked defeated and lost. I saw in full separation anxiety on her, and she was beyond pissed. My counselor treated us like children, and I argued it was my last day with her, and I decided to just leave. Wife looked until I left, so counselor is actually into me. Jealous and slipped her personal life a lot, and had 2 BFs in the 2 years from her tone shift, and she moved with her mom 2 years ago at 25. Wife and I talked about it. Other workers are not better. I have harem of workers who want my attention. What the fuck, dude? Just why the fuck do I attract crazy broken women all the time? My wife is the least crazy of them all. She is recovering from super fast from her issues. That's why, Pop, I want to make a show on attachment issues. Avoidant, dismissive, discouraged, anxious, BPD, NPD, grieving, fearful, anxious, disorganized by my wife.
That's a good idea, actually.
And stuff, how they interact with you and how to spot them. And if needed, how to interact with and grow with them if interested.
No. We call that video the flavor of crazy. I like it.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Right. Okay.
All right, and last two over on MGTOW from MGTOW Ronan himself. Evening, gents, reporting from behind enemy lines in California stand, but I'm glad I'm not in New York City. Zoran Mamdani has only been in office for a few weeks and already fucking up by the numbers.
He bankrupted the city already.
Yeah,
Apparently
he's buried in snow and garbage.
Apparently, some of his supporters are starting to turn on him. Some of them showed up at his house to protest, and they were not conservatives.
Nope.
Yeah. I have learned that just in the first 2 months of 2026, 16 people dead in New York because of the cold.
Yes.
Yep.
And yeah, that's not good numbers for him. And last one from MGTOW Ronan says, Battle Dwarf, any advice on how to clear my mind to be able to sit and listen to audiobooks? Been wanting to listen more history and philosophy audiobooks, but it's hard to be still and focused. And I'm a Gen Xer. Hell, I have the Star Wars Thorn Sage on audiobooks, and I haven't finished listening to that. Any advice?
Yes, it is a learned skill. It is muscle memory. You just have to do it and do it and do it until it works.
Fair enough.
Honest to God, that's it. You just have to. It's muscle memory. It's discipline. It's like what Pop and I were both worse. Laying in a hole and not going crazy and trying not to move around
while shitting in a box.
It's yeah, or an MRE bag.
That was tough.
Yeah, you have to do it until you just know how to do it. There's really no other way.
There you go. All right, and we had 24 viewers over on MGTOW tonight. We got 10 over on Odyssey. It's jumping between 5, 6, and 7 over on the Itchy Twitchies, and tonight we had 77 over on the Twitter sphere.
Want me to read the cash apps?
We need the cash apps.
All righty, we've got Howard Norris for 5. Thanks for doing what you do. All right. We got Susie McCarley for 30. Bolsheviks. Now teach. I saw what you did there. We've got Kenneth Jorgensen, $99. Thanks for the administrative violence. I like to be prepared.
99.
99.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Administrative violence.
Jimmy, we got a bunch more rumbles too. I already talked about cheese.
From Lindell Anderson, keep up the good work for $500.
Holy ass balls. Thank you, man.
Fuck.
Wow.
Oh, and also, I'm going to put this out to everyone. On Thursday, we're going to be reading 2 more into the record.
Yeah, 2 more.
We got 2 more live saved.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking awesome.
That's what I live for, man.
Hoorah.
Okay, you've got 5 from HKC, Bolsheviks.
Bolshevik! Oh, fuck. Crack a beer.
Only on. Can you drink on camera here?
That's right.
We got $5 from Boss. Pop reactivated. It's like Chuck Norris mid-nom. My fighting days are done. Another one from Boss, $5. Wiggle Dance was for weirdos anyway. He's a weirdo. We get a copyright strike for that now, so we can't do the Wiggle Dance on the show anymore. It's so stupid. That's such a good one.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. What are you going to do? They're stupid. Anyway, holy crap. That was actually pretty good, man.
All right, we did have some sneaky bastards like we usually do over on the Rumble side. Tomahawk Dwarf, I know you make your own mead and make your own bread. Have you ever made your own cheese? I'm only asking because I'm thinking about giving it a try.
I make my own cheese fairly regularly. It's not hard.
Also,
really
I found a source of the 4-liter growlers.
Oh, for the beer. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can get my hands on them.
Okay.
Might need your truck.
I mean, I have a truck.
There you go. Count Chad the Impaler for dropping 2 says, got irritated halfway through 6 weeks of furlough and invented new forms of government. That'd be better than the current system. Factual relationarchy based on Dunbar's number and put it in my book.
I don't know, man. We just got to do something about all this corruption. We're just going to have to start executing people who do all of this crazy corruption.
Yeah.
Once people start seeing people get whacked, it'll fucking curtail itself.
I've made this comment multiple times on my Twitter. Make fancy lawn ornaments great again.
I see what you're saying there.
Reynard69 says, my high school history in the 90s was a bit of a blend of those. I got the ancient history and civics, but I also had long units about protest movements and social stuff. 130% on final from Age of Empires.
All right.
There you go. Spud Hut dropping 10 and giving us a cheers and a salute.
Thank you. We doing okay?
I think that is it. That covers everything.
All right.
Just double check everything. So, yep, we're all good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here for that and the gracious donations. You guys are insane. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Listen, we need the money, man. We're operating with a shoestring budget.
Shoestring budget, man.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how many more lives we could save if we could just break into the mainstream and get seen by millions of people? Because right now, YouTube and we maybe we get out to like 10,000 at a time. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Final
words from the Battle Dwarf.
We're rolling into grant season. We're going to be applying for grants. Hopefully, we're going to get some of those grants. We've got grants drafted. We're working on exactly that, which would enable us to do those things that Pop wants to do. 68 Barracuda through $1 at us says, Pop, you mean like California's used car salesman? I love Led Zeppelin's gallows pole. Spud Hut throws another $1 at us and says, do you have a Skillcraft pen with that logbook, Pop? We need to get some Skillcraft pens.
Wow.
LU Card throws another 2 at us. Is Pelosi's teacher to mess with Pop? That's and I'm going to be doing some teaching
Skillcraft right there.
Hey, Skillcraft pen.
There you go. All right, Popster.
All right, everybody. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. It's not going to work out for you. If you absolutely must fornicate, wear a condom. Take it with you or flush it down the toilet. Watch it go all the way down. Why? Women are sneaky bitches, and child support does last 18 to 21 years. Rack up, pack up, and stack up. There's safety in numbers. You need to roll deep, especially with the craziness that's going on out there. Maintain your situational awareness, because if you're going to be attacked, something in your environment will have changed, and it's up to you to see it. Last but not least, I'm sick and tired of throwing you dudes in the dirt because you're taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You have no idea what tomorrow holds for you, and it can change on a dime, so you need to stay in the fight. And if everything else fails, live at a motherfucking spite. And always remember, Uncle Pop is here cheering for you for all of your victories, even the ones you can never tell anyone about. Boom, beer me.
And we got a surprise for everybody.
Uh-oh.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. It's not one of those surprises. Okay.
All right.
It'll be fine. Okay.
It's not a finger in the butt.
No.
Ooh.
We got new merch. Bolshevik merch is live.
Hey!
Everyone,
yeah. Outstanding.
Those. And I have been updated that the whiskey glasses and the pint glasses, I'll have to double check with Blake, but they have been sold out.
Yeah.
So Blake said that they were sold out. Yep.
Once they get those back up in stock, yeah, you know what to do. Get out there, get yourself a Bolshevik glass, drink with us, have fun with us, laugh with us, and well, maybe one day we too can help save your life, because that's what we're here for.
That's right.
Pop, maybe we should open a Redonkulas daycare luring center.
Leering, yeah.
We can get 82 million right away.
Yeah. Have a bunch of people standing around leering at you?
Yeah.
Well, he is the dyslexicist, so we could be. It's a dyslexia.
That's
so
true.
Cool.
That is an absolutely true statement.
And listen, I'm serious about doing a video called The Flavor of Crazy. So send me an email, redonkulas12@gmail.com, and Make a little list of the different types of crazy, because I think that'll be a good video.
Oh, hell yeah. And the Captaint will be here on Thursday. So,
oh, he will be?
Yes.
He will be.
Okay.
That
I'm
has
still
been...
going to write an op order tomorrow just in case.
I have a backup. I have material prepared. We have contingency plans. Our pace plan is in place.
Roger that.
There you go. All right, gentlemen. We'll see you on Thursday.
Boom!
Fuck all the offs.
Ali Carter's asking Pop's face on Elvis.
I would probably fit on there quite well. Not the fat Elvis, of course. Unless
Oh,
he had
come on.
Unless
Fat
he had a Punisher shirt on.